Hello guys and girls, how are we all doing? So welcome to another one of my tutorial videos. Today we're going to be covering the Stronghold. I'm currently in the portal room. Ignore the yellow stained clay, that will become obvious as we progress. But I'm not doing just the portal room, I'm actually doing all the different parts of the Stronghold. So if you, on your screen now, should be 4 different options for you to pick. We're going to have the main rooms, which is going to be the portal and the library room. Excuse me. I'm also going to cover the different kinds of stairs. There's 3 different kinds of stairs that you can find. Also going to cover the corridors. That's going to be how they're shaped, the different kinds of doorways and whatnot, and also the treasure chests and how you can find them. And I'm also going to cover all the other bits and pieces. There's 2 other rooms, or even 3 other rooms, and there's also the cells, the prison cells that I want to show you. So first things first, let's get on with the Stronghold then. Sorry, the portal room. So here we are then. To most of you, if you've been checking out my tutorials already, this will probably look familiar, this system. I do it in layers. I also dye as such the previous layer yellow to help sort of distinguish what it is we're working on. But first things first, the area you're going to be looking at working on is a 16 by 11 area, so that's 16 from front to back. We're going to be doing our opening here at the front. The 11 is the width, and we're going to be going 8 blocks high. Now that does include this level here. You could do this in the floor, so it could actually only be 7 high, and I have actually included this sort of stone brick platform in the shopping list here. What I've also done is done it all in, apart from this base level, I've actually done it all in the plain stone brick just to make it easier for myself, but obviously if you guys, you know, feel free to mix that up with some cracked and mossy brick. But here we go, here is what we need. I think it's about 704 stone bricks, so it works out exactly 11 stacks. We're going to want 8 stone brick stairs for the front of the portal. We're going to want some iron bars there, so 39 of them. We're also going to want, so you're going to need to be in creative mode to make the portal room properly, but you're going to want 12 of your frames. You're also, if you can, if you're using MC Edit or anything like that, you're going to want a silverfish spawner, but if not, I've actually just for now, you know, as a placeholder, put a dispenser in. And you're also going to want 15 buckets of lava. So anyway, let's crack on. So first things first, lay out your 16 by 11 base. I don't really need to stop there. So yeah, pop that down where you're going to want it, and then let's start building. So basically what we've got here is all the way around the edge you're going to want some stone bricks. Leave a 3 wide gap at the front and pop down a couple of your iron bars. In the middle here, what you're going to want to do is basically, if you come 2 off of that back wall, so you've got a walkway of 2, and then start placing down a 5 by 5 square box, and you're going to have a 3 by 3 opening in the middle to put your lava in. And then at the front here, you're going to want a 3 by 3 stone brick sort of slab, you know, yeah, nice 3 by 3 little area there, with 3 stairs at the front. And then up these sides here, just come up 4 bricks and join it into the wall, so you should have a 3 by 1 opening for the lava. But anyway, here we go, screenshot time for you. And on to the next layer. So as I said, any layer that I've already done, as you can see on this one, is yellow, so it helps distinguish a lot easier what we're doing. But luckily the portal room is actually pretty easy to build, so straight away we're going to go all the way around the edge again with another layer of the stone bricks. Bring up your iron bars again, and then on here what we're going to do is just behind the first stairs, and obviously we can't get stained clay stairs, so I'm using the sandstone ones, but just behind there, pop down another set of stairs, and then you're going to want 2 rows of 3 bricks, and that's it for this level. So there we go, if you want to pause that there, nice and simple. Okay then, so starting to get the actual portal put in here. So what we're going to want to do is bring these stairs up another level, but in the middle you're going to want your spawner. In my case I have a dispenser here, and then put your 3 stone bricks at the back, and then you're going to want to do your portal just like this. And then if we come back to the front, so what we can do is cap off this doorway with some iron bars and then bring round the stone bricks, but what we're going to do is actually implement all the way round these stone bars. So if I just come up and let you snap a screenshot of that, it's easy enough. Okie doke, and then onto the next layer. So basically what we've just done with the iron bars and the stone bricks, we want to bring straight back up another level all the way round, but at the front we're actually going to want to cap it off now with some stone bricks. And that is that layer, that level done. So again, another little, if you want to pause it there. And here we go, the home stretch for the portal room. So all you're going to want to do now, guys, is just come all the way around that edge with a row of stone bricks. In case you want a screenshot, there it is. And the next layer, another nice easy one, what you're going to want to do is come up around the edges another layer, but then you're going to want to come in one block all the way round, except at the front where you're actually coming in 2 blocks. I hope that makes sense to you. So basically bring up them edges one more level, come in 1 brick, and then the front come in an extra brick, so you've got a lip of 2. So let me just have a peek under here. So we've got a lip all the way round, and it's double wide at the front. And a quick screeny from above if you want to pause it there. And last but not least, let's stick a roof on this sucker. Easy as it looks. Literally just cover it. Just cover it with one solid layer of your stone bricks. And there we go, there's your portal room. And just in case any of you guys are wondering, you can activate these guys. Excuse me. So let's pop them in there. There we go. And jump in. Excellent. And there we have it. We are in the end. So if you're making this for an adventure map, it should work a-okay. You don't need the whole portal room, but you do need the portal that I built. So anyway, get out of it. Let's get on with the library. Okay then, so after slaying that dragon, naughty boy, we can now make a start on the library. Now, just before I get into the chests and the dimensions, there's 2 versions of the library. There's the 1-story version, which won't have the ladder, and then there's the 2-story version, which is just like this, and I'm sure most of you want the 2-story one, but anyway, I have done the dimensions and shopping list for both, just in case. So the dimensions are going to be 13 by 12. 13 is the depth from front to back, 12 is your width from left to right. Actually, let me just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I failed, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nope, 13 is from front to back. Yeah, sorry, 13 is front to back, my bad. 12 is your width from left to right. And 4 is going to be your height if you're only doing the 1st story. 9 is going to be your height if you're doing the 2-story one. So let's jump in. If you're doing the 1-story one, there we go, you're going to need just over 2.5 stacks of bookshelves, half a stack of planks, 8 torches, a chest, and however many cobwebs you want to decorate it up with. If you are doing the double-story one, then this is what you're going to need. This isn't on top of the last chest, this is added on, so this is, you know, your total amount. So we're going to need nearly 4 stacks of bookshelves there. We've got just over 2 stacks of wooden planks, 46 fence, 7 ladders, 2 chests, because there's one upstairs as well. We're going to want... I actually screwed up on that there, because we're going to want an extra 8 torches. It's because there's 8 downstairs and 6 upstairs, and again, any amount of cobweb you would like to decorate with. So, what I have done with this is, this 13 by 12 dimension that I've given is inside of this brick wall, so it's these wooden blocks here. It even includes the ladder, but as I say, it doesn't include this wall. Now, it doesn't actually, when from what I've seen, Minecraft, when it spawns in the libraries, doesn't actually spawn in the sort of the shell of the wall. what it will do is spawn it into a cave and delete out the area it needs. So yeah, I hope that makes some sort of sense. And what I've done is I've put a door on this side. It works out, it's 1 block away from there, and it's your little free opening, little iron railing fence there, and you can do it either this side or you can do it the other side mirrored, but on the side that I've done it, everything coincides. The only things that are sort of set to sides is either going to be the chest or your ladders. So if you've got the door on the left, your ladders will be on the right, your chest will be on the left, and so on and so forth. But that's, you know, you guys can play around with that, because you could actually have a door, an iron door here, but I will show you that later on down the line. But anyway, let's get started. So straight away, up one side we're going to want a wooden plank, 3 bookshelves, plank, 3 bookshelves, plank, 3 more bookshelves, and a plank again. Down the other side you're going to want exactly the same. And then what you're going to want to do is find your middles of the 3 bookshelves and then come out for 2 here. Obviously leave yourself a little walkway. The same in between the bookshelves. Again, middle of the bookshelves, in between and in the middle. And they obviously line up both sides just the same, so in the middle, in between, in the middle, so on and so forth. And you're going to want 2 of them in each line, like so. So if I just sort of sit back there a little bit, you could pause there and have a little look. And then what you're going to want to do, I haven't done this in levels like the portal room because there's no need, it's so easy, is the 2 main side walls you're going to want to bring up to a height of 4. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and that's on both sides. And all of these middle ones you're going to want to bring up to a height of 3. And what I've also done is this chest here, it's normally the 2nd row on the far left if your door's on the left. If your door's on the right, it will be the 2nd row on the far right. And if you are making the big bad boy, as I said, the ladder is going to be on the opposite side to the door. We're also going to want to pop down our torches. These are on the 3rd block up, and they're on all of the wood in between the actual bookcases. So that's the sort of 1-story library, obviously ignoring the ladders. Now if you're wanting to go for the 2nd story, it's as easy as this. What you're going to want to do is start off by putting a floor in. So with 1 layer of wooden planks, basically go 2 wide across the front, 2 wide across the back, and we're going to want to go 3 wide on the sides, and that will come apparent in a moment. Also, you're going to want to knock out a hole for your ladder, and if you haven't done so already, you might want to put your ladders up there. So let's get a little screeny of that in case you need it. So we're 3 wide down the sides on the left and right, and 2 wide on the top and bottom rows. And then what we're going to want to do is, this is why we were 3 wide on the sides, because we bring them bookcases up again. So exactly the same as down below, we're going to go for a row of wooden planks, 3 rows of books, and they go up 4 high again, wooden planks, books, so on and so forth. And that is the same on both sides, except you're going to have another chest. And again, it's the chest for the top floor is on the opposite side to the door. So if you had your door on the right hand side, then we're going to be putting the chest on the left here. But that's easy enough. And also what we need to do is, if you remember, I kept that nice and easy, that layer, but you're going to want to add in a couple more planks here, or 3 to be precise. So just pop them in the corner where your ladder is, and then go all the way around that edge with some fence posts. So let me just come up there, and you can have a pause or a screenshot, whatever you want to do. And then the finale is the pièce de la résistance. I think I said that right. If I didn't, just laugh at me. Just yeah, that's a free laugh. You can have that one, guys. But what you're going to want to do is find yourself a middle. Now you'll probably have a ceiling in here, but I don't. So I have put in this nice yellow stained clay support. But obviously, yeah, you don't need to do that. That's just there to show sort of where I'm putting it. But bang in centre of your bookcases, and bang in the centre of the room, which it just so happens it's an even number, so the centre is a 2. But you're going to want to put some fence posts. So come down 3 from the ceiling, 2 wide, and then what you're going to want to do is come out 1 off of each side, 2 off the front and 2 off the back, and pop torches on all of them, so it's a bit of a chandelier. And let me just, if you want to pause there, and if you want to pause there, I hope you can get that. And the cobwebs, as I said at the beginning, it's just a matter of using them for decoration, so put them wherever you want, don't put them down, it's up to you. So that is the library. Moving on to the next part, which is going to be the stairs. Let's do the stairs. Okay then guys, so onto the stairs. We have 3 sets of stairs in the strongholds. We have a plain straight up staircase, which you'll normally find in a 3 wide corridor. And these, if you want to build them, they're just built like this from the side basically, if you can see that. So they're nice and easy, not too much hard work. And then we have the spiral stairs, and you're probably more used to finding these with a little doorway round like so, and you'd walk in and start climbing up the stairs, and all of this would normally be walled off, but what I've done is I've left it open just to make it easier to see. Let's just knock these back down, and let's also get rid of that setting sun. And this is easy as peas. So what you're going to want to do, I'm going to build this as such to show you. So here's our 3x3 area. Let's mark it with some yellow wool to make it nice and obvious. Excellent. And all you're going to want to do here is start with one of the corners, come forward 2 blocks, put a stair on the front, a stair on the back one. 2 blocks, stair, 2 blocks, stair, or sorry, not stair, half slab, but it's literally easy as that. So you, wherever you start, get your start, and then once you're going, you do 2 blocks off of your half slab with a fresh half slab on top, 2 blocks, half slab, and it is easy as shelling peas. It couldn't be much more easier. And there you go, and that can go up as high or as low as you want that. And then we have the more complicated stair structure within the strongholds. I'm sure this looks familiar to you guys, apart from it having yellow stained clay. But this is the one where you'll have a door here sometimes, you can have a door here. You can even, some I've seen, come up here and there's a door waiting here for you. But anyway, let's get onto this. I haven't done the dimensions and shopping list like I normally would, just because it's a bit of a small one. But if you start off, let's count this area quick. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there you go, 8 wide, 9 deep, and we only come up, is it 4, 5? 5 levels high. Excuse me for coughing in the microphone there. But anyway, if I come right up to the top there, start off by laying out some stone bricks, as you can see. A bit of a H pattern, so we've got 5 down the side, 2 rows of 3 that are indented, 1 off the back, another row of 5 down here, and 3 half slabs. Then on to the next layer. So what we've got here is the same principle as normal, yellow stained clay, or these acacia half slabs are going to indicate the previous layer. So what you're going to want to do here is bring the stair walls up, and basically what you want to do is cover the whole layer in blocks apart from this 3x3 area here and this 3x3 area here. And also remember to stick down some half slabs to carry the staircase up. Once that is done, we then want to bring the stair wall back, bring it up some more, so that's going to be 5 blocks back here. Also come 5 blocks back the other side, and we're going to want 6 extra bricks here with a couple of slabs in front, so little screeny there if you want it. And then on to the next layer, so bring the walls up again, and we're also going to want to pop down a couple of slabs on the bricks here. So as you can see here, we put down 2 rows of bricks. On that second row we're going to want to put the slab, and we're going to fill in this 3x3 area here with some more stone bricks. So get a little screeny of that if you want it. And then last but not least, all you need to do is, in line with this 3x3 platform here, is do a whole layer of stone slabs through here. So you're going to be 3 wide, 5 along, and then on the middle one just bring them up an extra half a slab. So little screeny there if you want it. Okay, and we will move on to the corridors and doors next. Okay then, so this is a nice quick little one. Basically all I've done here is mocked up a bit of a corridor. All the corridors I found are this 3 wide 3 high style. Now what I've got here is one of these chest sort of little like a plinth for the chest, and if I just delete some of that away for you, you can literally see you go down with 3 full blocks, we put a slab each side, slabs on top with the chest in the middle, and we also have a slab step in front to get up to the chest and get our goodies. Now with the doors, from what I've seen, you either get wooden doors, and they're normally set in a 3x3 frame, a bit like how this these railings are done. And again, you can find just railings instead of having an actual door, and you can also find your good old iron doors. So now let's move on to the last few bits. Okay then guys, so starting to wrap this up with some of the more miscellaneous parts of the Stronghold build, but I'm sure most of you are aware of the trap room, or that's what I've called it anyway. So the idea is you'd be pottering through the Stronghold, come in here, and you'd be like, oh, ladder, jump up the ladder, go and get your treasure, and if you're unlucky enough you'll fall in this hole that you can't get out of, unless you jump stack or have fly mode. But basically these are easy as pie. Let's do a quick count up here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're on a 9x9 square here. What you're going to want to do is find your center and do one of these here. So let me just clear some of this off and you can see what it is I'm doing. Start yourself off with a little bit 3x3 ring. Bring up each of the sides and pop another ring on top, like so. So it's like a big 3x3 cube, but with the middle missing. Then once you've done that, what you're going to want to do is do a 2 wide sort of walkway of wooden planks all the way around the edge there, and then another trim of cobblestone all the way around that edge. Now what you're going to want to do is work out now where you want your ladder. These are normally either set up exactly as I'm looking at it, or they're mirrored. Now when I say exactly like I'm looking at it, you may walk into one and look at it like that, or like this. So please no comments saying, oh, I found one that looks different, because you've probably just walked in at a different angle. But nonetheless, these can be flipped, they can be mirrored. So what we want to do is work out if you want the ladder on the left or if you want it on the right. You're going to want to come in on your 3rd block and pop out your hole for it, and obviously I'd assume you'd have a wall to be working off of, and your chest is going to be on the opposite corner. So little screenshot there. You don't necessarily have to have this wall in. This was just me putting a door down to show you guys what it looks like. And there is the trap room. I'm now going to go on and show you the water fountain, the light room, and the prison cells. Okay then, so here we are, the last pieces that I want to show you. We have ourselves a fountain room. I normally call the fountain room and this light room sort of, they're like junction rooms. Sometimes you can walk in and there'll only be the one door that you've walked in through, and the rest will be literally solid walls, like so. And what I've done is I've just marked out, oh sorry, bit of gas there. I've just marked out the room. This is normally the size of the room you find. I've actually forgotten how big it is now. Let's have a look. So we're at 3 wide on the path, 5 wide on the fountain, and 3 wide on the path again. So I make that 11 wide in both directions. That's not including the external wall, so that would actually be 13 by 13 if you're building the wall as well. But yeah, sometimes you can have just the one door, sometimes all 4 walls can have doors on, but they're normally centered. They're normally in one of the styles like I was just showing you with the iron bars, wooden doors or iron doors. Let's get rid of that sunset again. Okay then, so all you're going to want to do is plot out your room, and this fountain is, yeah, it's pretty nice and easy. Let's just get myself a water bucket, delete that off, and all you're going to want is a 5x5 ring, and then bang in the middle, come up 3 blocks with your stone bricks and pop some water on top. Lovely jubbly. And the light room, again, you could have doors on all the walls, you might have just the one door, but I've put 2 doors on here. And this room is actually smaller. This room is only 9x9 on the inside. If you're counting for the walls, it's going to be 11x11. And I don't think I really need to take that apart, do I? Yeah, it's a 3x3 ring of the stone slabs, and then you're coming up 3 blocks with the bricks and torches dotted around the top. So that's all nice and easy, I think. And then the prison cells. Oh yes. And these are pretty easy as well. I've just marked out the walls here. I haven't brought them all the way up because I want to keep it nice and open. But the main parts we're looking at is you're going to be having your wall, door, wall. And above the door, for some reason, they do have iron bars. But yeah, they normally spawn in 2s like this. So you're going to have wall, door, wall, 3 iron bars, wall, door, wall. And then what you're going to have is, in the middle of them iron bars, you're going to come back 3 more iron bars, and all of this at a height of 3, by the way. And then, yeah, you know, put your walls up at the back or customize them however you feel. But let's just get up here for a little screeny. So that front wall there, it's going to be brick, door, brick, iron bar, iron bar, iron bar, brick, door, brick. And then obviously your 3 iron bars up the back, and bring it all up 3 high with your iron bars on top. But anyway, that, as far as I know, is everything covered. I'm pretty sure. I spent a lot of time poking around, loading up different worlds and everything like that. But yeah, if you enjoyed this and found it helpful, please leave a like. If you haven't already and you want to see more of my tutorial series, or even my normal Let's Play stuff and any other games that I like to play, then feel free to subscribe. And yeah, hit us up in the comments if you feel like it. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. Remember to take care of yourself, stay cool, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Until then, bye bye.